Hello, everybody, and welcome to PlayOnSports.com. We are here live at Selland Arena for this Division IV boys matchup between the number 2 seed, Exeter Monarchs, and the Diaper Dandies, the darlings of the tournament, the number 8 seed, Coalinga Horned Toads. Bro, bringing you all the action. I am Jason Phillips alongside my partner, Michael Konowitz. And Michael, Coalinga, the darlings of this tournament, the number 8 seed, led by Anthony Zadore. What are they going to be looking to do today? The Horned Toads and Coach Jason McFarland in this matchup.
Well, they're going to have a tough matchup against number 2 Exeter, obviously, and Exeter's Eli Garver, who scores 11 points per game, along with Caleb Harden, who scores and rebounds 10 points per game and just over 7 boards. But a lot of talent, and Coalinga has knocked off a lot of tough teams on its route and has the crowd in its favor as well.
And we got a foul on the early going. Coalinga controlled the opening tip. Coalinga in the all Chowchilla in a thriller to get to this point.
They did. They've knocked off a lot of tough teams, but Exeter, even with the crowd against them, has a lot of talent. They're the number 2 seed for a reason. And if they can get off to a hot start, then maybe they can quiet down that crowd.
That's going to be big here in the early going. That was number 10, Cody Tilley, the senior forward, driving the lane, picking up the foul. And Michael, just as you said, number 2 seed Exeter Monarchs, 21-6 on the year. They got here by getting through number 15 Kerman, number 7 Carruthers, and beating number 3 Sierra. As Tilley makes the first of 2 to tie us up here at 1. Student section for Coalinga is raucous here in the early going as Tilley drains both to give Exeter the early 2-1 lead. And a nice drive by Troy Arce, but it would not fall. Rebound by Caleb Harden of the Monarchs, and here we go with the Exeter on the attack. This is Garver at the top of the key, over to Cody Tilley. Tilley looks wide to Javier Brito. Brito will drive, he'll pass it to Garver, and Garver puts it in off the glass. Good pass in the middle.
Good passing, good job by Garver slipping behind the defense.
John Delano to Anthony Zadore. Zadore, the team's leading scorer, puts up a jumper in and out. Rebound by Ibarra, but he loses control, turns it over, and here comes Exeter. Garver to Tilley, back out to Brito. Brito drives, throws up a runner, wild, no good. Rebound, battle, out of bounds, and it'll be Exeter ball. Outlet pass out to Elijah Garver. Into the corner, Jordan Bain. He'll look inside to Harden. Now it's a Brito inside. Harden wide open off the glass. And a lapse in the Coalinga defense. And Exeter out to an early 6-1 advantage.
Beautiful job by Brito of getting it over that zone, down low.
Boy, Coalinga's got the fans in their favor, but it is Exeter playing hard out in front early. Nice pass in the middle, and the same lapse in the defense for Coalinga happens to Exeter as R.J. Ibarra scores down low.
Important for Coalinga to stay close, not let this one get too wide open early.
Caleb Harden had his man positioned well down low. Exeter could not get on the ball. They do it now. Trapped. Back out to Bain. Bain will go cross court to Brito for 3. Good!
2 points on.
Just a beautiful shot there.
Javier Brito, the 5'8" sophomore guard who starts for these Monarchs. Now has Exeter up 8-3. I'm sorry, folks, it was a 2. Foot on the line. 8-3 Exeter. Coalinga now, deep three by Zatare, and that one is good. He answers. Matching threes. Sorry, that was a 2 as well. Must have been on the line. And we are going to have a travel. Elijah Garver with the turnover. Gives it to Coalinga.
Coalinga able to pretty much match Exeter's first couple big shots. Will they be able to continue doing that?
Folks, this is game 2 today of 6. And this is a little different start than the game we just witnessed between the girls of Lindsay and Mendota, who were hard-pressed to find buckets much in the early going. Not the case here, however, as both teams knocking down buckets early with 4:03 left to go in this first period.
Number 32, Eduardo down the line, the free throw line. Number 15, Federico Gaetan.
Eduardo Davila is on the free throw line. Misses the first of 2 to try and cut down this deficit. Second one up and good. So both teams in man-to-man defense to start this game. Tilly operate from the top of the key. He'll go wide to Brito. Brito looking inside at Garver. But it'll be Brito, the near lost ball, and it is stolen. It's Zatare drives it, and he is fouled. Zatare with a nice hustle play and looking like the Phantom of the Opera with that mask on his face, easily visible. Does a nice job of drawing contact. Zatare knocks down the first one. We'll have a substitution.
And it was also good to draw the foul on Harden there. That's his second, and he's a key player for Exeter in the middle already with 2 fouls just in the first quarter here.
Zatare knocks down both and then forces a steal. 3-on-1. They got the number. Zatare. Oh, layup, no good. Rebound by Exeter, outlet pass. To Cody Tilley. He'll get it out to Brito. He'll go wide to Jordan Bain for 3. Good.
Beautiful job just swinging it around quickly and finding the open man.
Exeter now with a 4-point advantage. Davila gives it inside. Troy Arce. Bucket! No, they're going to say traveling. Shot does not count. Wave it off. And it is a turnover. Exeter ball. Folks, the scoreboard reads 11-8. We now have fixed. Coalinga was given a 3 for one of their earlier shots. This is Elijah Garver working in the paint. Cannot get the shot to fall. Good defense by the Horned Toads. Troy Arce will slow it down. A hectic few minutes there by both teams. Slows down the action. 20 on the shot clock. This is Edward Davila. We'll work it around to Troy Arce. Wide to Federico Gaetan, and he puts it in.
Tough shot, contested, and he just knocked it right down the middle.
Federico Gaetan, the junior, and Coach Jason McFarland using his entire roster here in the early going. Everybody getting a chance. Cody Tilley puts up the runner, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds off the Monarchs. And Coalinga will take the ball down a point.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. That's playonsports.com/SBP.
Coalinga, the first time out in the game. And Michael, what do you like from each team so far in this early going?
Pretty darn good shooting on both sides. It looks like Exeter might make a run early, but Coalinga just able to answer with some really clutch shots.
Both teams shooting the ball well here to start. The early start to the day has not affected either of these two teams. Pass inside to Edward Davila. Turnaround jumper, no good. He gets his own rebound. And Troy Arce will regroup, set things back up. Gayton into the corner to Santi Melendez. Back out to Arce. Arce sets the play. He'll drive right. Now drive the lane. Puts it up. Contact, and there's a whistle.
A lot of white jerseys down there in the paint and still able to draw contact and get to the line.
Troy Arce, the junior point guard who stands 6 feet tall, draws the contact, makes the first one, and he knocks this thing up at 11 with a minute 23 left to go. Dom Delano checks in for the Monarchs. And Anthony Zadare will check in for Coalinga. Took a brief rest. Garver drives left. He'll pass inside to Tilley, but he loses the ball in the paint. And here comes Tyler Portanova on the break, but he's going to lose the ball. And Exeter will retake possession here now under a minute. Cody Tilley holds it right wing. Jordan Bain from the top of the key. Back to Javier Brito. Tilley pass inside to Garver. Garver goes up for the bucket, fouled. He will shoot two. And that is just the second team foul on Coalinga.
Number 5, Santi Melendez answers first, second team foul. Number 21, Elijah Garver at the line, 2 shots.
Elijah Garva averages 11 points a game. One of the leading scorers on this team. He makes the first to knot us at 12.
Number 3, RJ Yamara back in the game for Coalinga. Number 22,
36.6 seconds left in the first. They will have a shot clock, just a 1.6 differential. But Coalinga could, in fact, hold for the final possession. As Garver makes the second. RJ Ibarra over to Zadare. Zadare back to Melendez. 20 seconds now on the shot clock.
Just a 1 second differential. They want to leave as little time on the clock for Exeter to set up something for the last shot as possible.
And it's going to be Melendez with 7 on the shot clock. They got to put something up. It's John Delano. No good. Monarchs have a couple seconds. They got to heave it. And shot is close, but no good. Caleb Nickel on the shot attempt, but to no avail. And after one, here in the boys Division IV championship, it is the Exeter Monarchs up 13 to 12. Well, a back and forth first quarter, Michael. A lot of good action, evenly matched thus far, I'd say. Coalinga's not intimidated at all.
Yeah, Coalinga not intimidated. Exeter seems maybe a little slow to start. We'll see if they can kind of get in rhythm a little more in the second quarter. Crowd hasn't played as much of a factor as I would have thought. A little quiet. So on the Coalinga side, maybe you want to get some big shots going, try and get this crowd into this, get them behind you.
Coalinga looking for their first ever school championship, while Exeter has won, but it hasn't even come this century. Last time Exeter won a school title, 1948. It is their only title in school history thus far. Folks, we are just a few seconds away from the start of the second period, as it'll be Exeter will start with possession. Like we said, a great crowd on hand for Coalinga. Exeter has brought a pretty good student section with them. And a lot of Lindsay fans still in the audience, a lot of red. Just a little bit of blue filtering in the audience for the Monarchs. And this is Elijah Garva. Will set it up back over to Caleb Nickel, and he will travel and turn it over to the Horned Toads. A couple of rough mistakes by the Monarchs. They've had a couple of travels, just a little bit of lack of focus. But they still hold a 1-point advantage, however. And this is the junior point guard, Troy Arce. Over to Frederico Gayton, over to John Delano, and we're going to have a foul on Cody Tilley along the baseline.
Number 10, Cody Tilley.
So Exeter already 5 fouls on the board. Coalinga could be shooting free throws pretty soon here.
And still a lot of time left to go in the half. 7.5 minutes. Exeter going to have to clean it up. And cross-court pass to Troy Arce. Passes up the shot. Double team. And kicks it back out to Zadare. And this is Frederico Gayton for the three. Knocks it down. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Coalinga now with a 2-point lead. Tilley drives the baseline. Inside. Shot good. And that is Brendan Washington, number 32, who puts it up for his first points of the game, ties this at 15. Arce over to Gayton. Gayton back to Arce. Now back to Gayton. Back to Arce. Arce over to Zadare. He'll drive it. Pull up jumper. Foul. Bucket good. Count it. And the foul. And
gets a nice little roll there.
Absolutely. They're going to get Caleb Nickel,
22, Caleb Nickel.
with a hand on the arm as the shot went up.
Exeter's first, number 4, Anthony Zadare will get one attempt.
Zadare, that masked man, now puts Coalinga up by 3. Brito over to Garver. Tilley thinks about a 3. Pass to Garver. Garver drives. Pass to Brito. And from the corner, Caleb Nickel. 3 no good. Fight for the rebound. Out of bounds. And we are going the Horned Toads' way.
Coalinga, number 23.
Coalinga on a nice little 10-4 run here. Can the Horned Toads continue it?
Jordan Bain will check in for Cody Tilley of the Monarchs. Here with 6:08 left in the second period. Arce over to Gayton. Open 3. Good! Gayton puts in another one. He is on fire from behind the arc. And Coalinga has built a 6-point advantage.
First score in double figures, and now Exeter with the pressure. They've got to answer.
And it's Jordan Bain, shot no good, out of bounds. And it's Coalinga ball. Momentum now switching to the Horned Toads. Five and a half minutes. Exeter has to withstand this little run. Arce over to Zadare. Zadare back to Arce. Zadare now, right corner, nearly lost it. Good defense by Nickel. And then off Nickel will be Horned Toad ball. Exeter, 6 fouls, 1 more, and they will put Coalinga in the bonus. Adare inside, loose ball, picked up by Gayton, and Gayton off the mark. But rebound Arce. Pump fake, shot, jumper no good. Rebound by Bain, and here come the Monarchs.
Exeter lucky to not be hurt by all the opportunities there in that one possession.
Brito working. Back out to Nickel for three. No good. But rebound by Brito. He'll put up the runner. No good. And we're going to get a timeout, Coalinga.
Timeout. 4:43 remains in the first half. Les Schwab Tires, a major supporter of high school.
Interesting timeout by Coalinga. Up 6 after the defensive rebound. Maybe a chance to get out transition. But Coach Jason McFarland wants to talk it over with 4:43 left here in the half.
Yeah, they got some good offensive rebounds on the last possession, but to get 2 boards and not put it in when you're right at the basket, maybe Coach McFarland wants to make sure his players are taking good shots, not forcing shots. They can always remember right after an offensive rebound, you can swing it back out, plenty of time, take a good shot, extend this lead.
Absolutely. Lead stands at 6 right now for the Coalinga. Troy Arce dribbling around. Pass Tilly right to the layup. No help defense. Bucket and the foul. Count it, Mr. Arce.
Troy Arce with the basket.
And Coalinga just going on a run. I'm still waiting for the Coalinga crowd to really get into it. But it looks like the Horned Toads didn't have to wait for them. They're just hot in the second quarter.
An 8-0 run by the Coalinga Horned Toads. Could be 9 if Arce puts this in. He does. 9-0 run. And it is 24-15 Coalinga. They got all the momentum now. Tilly, Bain, unorthodox dribble. Almost could have got called for a travel. Bain now working against Gayton. Over to Tilly. Tilly to Brito. Brito, long three, top of the key, no good.
And I don't know about settling for that shot when you've gone cold offensively. You got to get the swing offense going, get some good passes and some open shots. Exeter in trouble.
Exeter looks out of rhythm offensively. Need to hold it together at the defensive end. Here's Zadare, open three, no good.
Now that was a good three. Even though you miss it, that's an open three. That's a good shot.
In and out. Cody Tilly looking for Washington underneath, but stolen by Gayton. Gayton over to Zadare. Near side, three, no good. Rebound by Delano. And we're going to get a travel on Delano.
Trevor Weaver enters the game for the Monarchs.
And that'll be a Coalinga turnover. Exeter catches a break.
Number 5, Vicente Melendez back in the game for Coalinga. Replacing number 15, Federico Gaetan.
Exeter really needs to have all their men moving on offense now. Nobody can stand around. You got to get that offense in rhythm, get some good quick passes, and find an open shot.
Cody Tilly now from the right wing. Over to Garver. Garver tries to drive, kick it out to... Shot, no good. Rebound by Ibarra, and here come the Horned Toads. 2:37 left to go in the half. Ibarra now over to Zadare. Arce. You know, off the ball, Coalinga very active, unlike Exeter, which is the reason for this lead. John Delano, and he's going to get called for the travel, the second in 2 possessions.
You make a good point, though, Jason. It could be partially the way the Exeter offense works, but it seems like they're going a lot of ISO, a lot of people standing around when they don't have the ball. And when you're down, when your offense is cold, you need people just running all over the place, throwing good passes, and then finding those short to mid-range open jumpers.
And John Delano, after 2 straight travels, will take a seat. Dom Delano comes in. And this is Garver. He's going to take it left, draw the foul. Bucket no good, but he will go to the line for 2.
Good aggressive move, getting to the rack and getting to the line.
just the third foul for Coalinga. As Garver, the first of two, right into the raucous student section of Coalinga as he bricks the first one short.
Caleb Nickel back in the game, replacing Brendan Washington.
Brendan Washington will take a seat. Caleb Nickel checks back in. Student section for Coalinga going nuts, but Garver drills it. And he puts Exeter within 8. Finally, they get a point. They hadn't scored in about 3 minutes. Cross-court pass to Melendez. Melendez back to Arce. He'll pull up for the mid-range jumper, short. Tilley the rebound.
Tough shot, good contest by Exeter.
Garver over to Trevor Weaver. Weaver back to Garver. Weaver now will drive the lane, pull up, stop, pop, no good. Rebound by Tilley, but he's going to travel. Maybe some contact and a push, but the referee's going to say we got to travel. Coalinga ball.
Tough break for Exeter there. They looked like they were having a good offensive possession. You had them finding space inside the three-point line. A good shot, a good offensive rebound, but the travel really hurts.
Just over a minute remains here in the half. Been all Coalinga this far. Coalinga inside. Looks like a Barra, but blocked away. Good defense by Exeter. Garver on the break. Coalinga's defense gets back. And this is Garver driving baseline right into it. Barra, no call, and a late. And I do mean late whistle. And the student section can't believe it.
You know, I thought it'd be a foul at the moment of contact, but it's called quite late. You can't blame Coalinga fans for being frustrated with that late of a whistle.
Garver bricks the first one. It can't be easy shooting free throws at that end of the court. Right into the opposing team student section. Garver now 1 of 3 at the line today. And he makes the second. R.J. Ibarra sits down for Coalinga. John Delano back in. Troy Arce looking for Delano in the post. Sends Zatteray out. Here's Delano working one-on-one with Nickel. Delano, shot up, count it, bucket and the foul. John Delano. After a couple travels, Coach Jason McFarland put him on the bench. He comes right back in and responds offensively with a good move and can put Coalinga up 10 if he knocks this down. Which he does. 10-point advantage for Coalinga. 18 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. Exeter can hold for the final possession. Garver drives out to Bain. Bain to Weaver. Weaver to Nickel. Deep three. Hand in the face. No good. Rebound by Melendez. Heave. Oh! Off the rim. So close. What could have been? But nonetheless, Coalinga will go to the half. 27-17. And a dominated second period by the Horned Toads. Michael, it was a big run. All second quarter dominated by Coalinga. What do you like out of Coalinga thus far that they were able to do in the second period?
Well, pretty good offense, rebounding. It'll be interesting to look when we get the official halftime stats what the rebounding totals are. And also, really good just motion on offense by all their men like you talked about earlier, Jason. Players moving off the ball and moving around, creating a lot of open shots later in the possession.
Absolutely. Exeter a little stagnant on offense at times. Just need to get into a rhythm offensively and defensively, just trying to stop Troy Arce in the ball movement of the Horned Toads, really causing problems down underneath, down low for the Monarchs. That's going to do it for our first half of play. From Michael Conowitz, I am Jason Phillips. Folks, thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com, covering all the basketball action here on PlayOnSports.com at Selland Arena. We're going to take a quick break for halftime. We'll be right back in about 7 or 8 minutes, so go grab a quick drink, something back to eat, and we'll be right back for the second half just after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Selland Arena here live at PlayOnSports.com, where we just saw the first half come to an end with Coalinga and a 10-point advantage, and we are just set to go to start the second half here as Coalinga takes possession. And Michael, if you're Exeter, what do you got to do in the second half to control the pace of this game and to control these Horned Toads?
Well, you really gotta crash the boards a little better than you did in the first half. Not allow second chance opportunities by Coalinga.
Absolutely, Coalinga working with a lot of size, more than half the roster over 6'1". So they do have the size to crash the boards. Exeter needs to do a better job. John Delano went up for a shot, got fouled. He now goes up for another shot, and that is going to be out of bounds and Monarch basketball. Exeter had a tough second period. They did not score very many points as they find themselves down 10. Here looking for just their second school title in history. And we're going to get a foul called on Coalinga. Number 3, Brandon Briones, draws the foul for the Monarchs. Foul on Troy Arce. And this will be Briones driving now. Nice body control. Kiss off the glass. Woo, that was sweet. Brandon Briones, the 5'8" junior guard.
Great job attacking the basket. That's what Exeter needs to do to maybe start a run.
Ooh, and then he almost had a nice save. And Coalinga almost turned it over. Dangerous pass. But they maintain possession now with an 8-point advantage. And the battle between Delano and Hayden inside is something to watch. And there's Delano. He wins it that time. Nice entry pass. Delano puts it in. Lead back to 10. And this is Harden on the other end, but he travels before the shot attempt. So another turnover by the Monarchs. They'll give the ball back to the Horned Toads. And Exeter now with a little more ball pressure than we've seen early. Zatare pull-up jumper and good. Mama, there goes that man. The masked man, Anthony Zatare, puts the Coalinga up 12.
Coalinga, big underdogs. The lowest seeded team in the tournament, not playing like it though.
These darlings of the tournament as Jordan Bain puts up a quick shot, and Exeter once again getting themselves kind of out of rhythm with quick shots like that. Not really setting up their offense, and now it's turned into a break for Coalinga. And Ibarra gets caught underneath. He'll pull it back out.
Good decision not to force the tough shot.
Troy Arce working on Briones. Arce leans in. Defense didn't guard the inside position. Troy Arce off the glass. 14-point lead now for the Horned Toads.
Just got right around Briones.
And Briones that time drives, and he's going to get called for the travel. He did not pass it before he came down off the jump. And another Monarch turnover, 2 in a row. And Exeter's got to control themselves. This thing could get out of hand here right out of the break.
Coalinga has played a lot of tough teams to get here.
Mendez, nice pass. R.J. Ibarra finishes it off. Left hand off the glass. Timeout, Exeter. Coach Randy Reeder senses that things are slipping away. Coalinga has now built a 16-point lead with 5:43 left in the third.
And starting the half on an 8-2 run is Coalinga. And as I was saying, Coalinga knocking off a lot of tough teams to get here. In number 9, Sierra. Number 1, Washington. Number 5, Chochilla. And maybe that experience has made them an even better team. And now facing number 2, Exeter, they're just looking like the top dog, really.
I think you're right, Michael. Once they beat Washington, they realized this was the start of it. We can do this. They're not intimidated by anybody. Coalinga is here to play, and they're giving Exeter everything they can handle. Hello, number 8 seed, whooping on the number 2 seed right now. And Coalinga finds himself just 13 minutes, 43 seconds away from their first School Valley title, and they just witnessed the girls of Lindsay get their first on this same floor just the previous game before this. So Coalinga very much inspired. And here's Garver working on Zadore. Garver, nice move. Layup strong, no good.
Good defense in the paint by Coalinga, made the shot tough.
Zadore got his head up, maybe a smidge too late, and Delano travels with it, trying to work underneath. Yeah, that's the third travel on Delano tonight.
So now Exeter has to, believe that they have a fresh, set of downs here almost. Forget about the score. Just have a good possession, have patience, swing the ball around, get some good passes, and find an open mid-range shot.
You're right. They have no choice but to go possession by possession. Just win the battle. Briones back out to Tilly. Tilly crossover. He'll go drive down the lane. Gardner corrals the pass. Loose ball, and it's off Garver. So the turnover by Exeter, and another bad possession. And Coalinga now can increase this lead. And Delano, and nice play by Garver from behind. As he enters the student section to much boos from the Coalinga fans and students. But Garver, nice play nonetheless. Hustle play from behind and knock it out of bounds. And a lob pass to Delano. And he's going to get called for his 4th travel. And a little frustrated is Delano. Not much he could do about that one. He had to catch the ball. He tried to get rid of it. A little bobble.
Couple mistakes in a row, though, for Coalinga. And now Exeter has the opportunities being given to them. Will they capitalize?
They have not. They have turned it over the last couple times down court. Folks, if you just joined us, it was a back-and-forth game in the first quarter. Second quarter was owned by Coalinga, and it has been all the Horned Toads since. And they've been doing it with a group effort and good defense. Briones inside to Garver. Bad pass. Melendez was all over that. Here comes Coalinga now. Ars cross court, and Caleb Harden stolen by the big kid. Here he comes on the break, and knocked away by Ars. Good use of the hands. It'll stay Exeter, but Ars saved a bucket for sure.
But you got to credit Garver on the other end, making it tough and really trapping Coalinga on the sideline over there, creating that turnover.
A couple substitutions. Delano sits down along with Mendez. And here's a turnaround jump hook by Harden, is no good. Rebounded by Davila. And Zadore on the break. Pass over to Ibarra. Mid-range jumper, no good. Harden corrals it. Lazy pass, saved by Zadore. Oh, but he saved it right to Briones. Briones now on the break. Down the lane, clobbered. And there is the whistle. He will go to the line for 2. Nice aggressive play by Brandon.
Yeah, good job drawing contact. And, if he didn't, that would have been a bad play all of a sudden because you had a player open behind him, but he got it done, got to the free throw line.
Yeah, you're right, bit of a gamble. If he doesn't get the whistle, it ends up being a bad play. And free throws crucial. Every point crucial to the Monarchs at this point, down 16. They need to make the free throws. And nothing will frustrate a coach more than that. And I'm sure Randy Reeder is a bit frustrated at the moment on his sideline right now. 3:31 remaining in this third as Briones hits the second one. It makes this a 15-point ball game. And a little bit more ball pressure from the Monarchs now. There's Troy Ars, breaks it easily. Pass to nobody in the middle of Zadore and Davila.
And the Horned Toads continue to go cold here on offense. 4 or 5 turnovers in the last maybe 6 or 7 possessions, and Exeter continuing to have opportunities but needs to capitalize.
And we're going to get a push as Aaron Colho draws the foul. First look at him today. And it was a good thing they called a push, otherwise that would have been another travel. And there's a kicked ball. We'll reset the shot clock. We're only going to gain 2 seconds on it. And Portanova will check in for Coalinga. RJ Ibarra will sit down. And Coalinga's going to need it. If Coalinga can get this down to single digits before the 4th period, I think they'll feel like they'll have won a small battle.
Yeah, a really slow 3rd quarter here so far, as we've only had 11 make it 13 total points.
Good look. Brandon Briones with a pass to Aaron Colho down low. Colho got a bad pass, but still got it up over 2 defenders, made something of it. Cuts this lead down to 13. That was one of the better looks and team play out of the Exeter offense we've seen today. And there's a push on Garver. Exeter a much better job controlling their fouls in this half. Just their 2nd. 2:32 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Exeter, for the most part, has played D rather well here in the last few possessions. As Arce drives down the lane, hits the ground, and will get called for the travel. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Good job by Colho, though, of putting pressure on him and creating the turnover.
And here's Exeter, a chance to capitalize. Maybe get on a little run of themselves. Jordan Bain, mid-range jumper, no good. Harden working hard for the rebound. Oh, the flip up over his head that nearly went in. That would have been a highlight for sure on the ESPN Top 10. But the bucket does not go. Exeter really could have used that one. But
and Caleb Harden has been a little quiet down in the low post. He's such a force. Good to see him make his name heard and get to the free throw line for Exeter.
6'4" center, the tallest kid on the Exeter team. And he makes the first one, makes this a 12-point ball game. And he puts both in. 11-point ball game. Exeter chipping away. 2:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Exeter now a little 4-0 run. And Brandon Briones with a nice strip from behind. He knocked the ball loose. Brandon Briones has definitely changed the complexion of this game for the Monarchs here in this 3rd quarter. They can get it to single digits with a bucket. Garver at the free throw line. Gives it to Briones. Briones to Harden. Right wing Garver working on Arce. Garver, spin move, nice move off the glass. Eli Garver, the senior, making a senior play. The lead down to 9 points with 1:23 left.
Big time move for his Exeter team with their backs against the wall.
1:15 now remaining. Arce, nice move on Garver. Spin move behind the back. And it's going to go out of bounds off the Coalinga Horned Toads. And here come the Exeter Monarchs, ever so slowly chipping away at this lead. And now have a real good chance to get this even closer. Michael, a much better job defensively by Exeter in about the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, good job defensively, and a 7-0 run now. And now the momentum backing Exeter's favor a little bit.
Briones, the reverse layup, somehow got it to go over Todd Delano. Brandon Briones putting the team on his back. Gets this lead to 7, or the deficit, to 7. And there's a quick 3, bad shot by Grayton.
Coalinga really needs a good shot here. They've been cold for quite a while.
Although Gayton hasn't really missed a lot today. That was a quick shot, but they do get the offensive board. Zatare now working. Over to Portanova. Gayton over to Melendez with a deep 3. High rebound, no good. Zatare, powers in, no good. Exeter, good D continues. And here's Briones on the break. The fake pass off the glass, whistle. If that goes in, this place would have erupted with the Exeter student section in-house. But nonetheless, he does get himself to the line, and Briones can get this to within 5, Michael.
And Coalinga continuing to be quiet on offense, but you got to credit the Exeter defense of creating some turnovers.
Briones makes the first one to cut this to 6. And Coalinga, multiple second chance opportunities down there at their end, rebounding, but Exeter stayed strong and forced them to no points, and Briones gets the roll. And the loudest cheer from the Monarch student section, and all of a sudden a 16-point lead has vanished. And the deficit now just 5 with 7.5 seconds left. 7 seconds, it's going to be Arce. 3, 2, steal, loose ball, and the Coalinga Horned Toads won't even get a shot off. And Michael, the second period belonged to the Horned Toads, but the third period was all Monarchs. 5-point lead for Exeter as we enter into the fourth quarter. And I think we're going to have a fantastic finish on our hands in this one. Exeter will not go away.
An 18-7 run in that third quarter for Exeter. Just a great job fighting back. I didn't know if they had it in them. They looked so cold on offense and just stagnant in that first half, but a great championship third quarter for Exeter to tie this one, to get within 5, I should say.
You're right, Michael. The offense was looking a bit porous at times, a bit stagnant, not a lot of people moving. But you know what? That was also started with their defense, getting their offense out in transition. I feel like their defense stepped it up, stopped Coalinga from scoring, and that's what's led to this little Exeter run. And let's see if they can keep it going here in this fourth quarter.
And Play On Sports is on both Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Folks, thank you again for joining us here on playonsports.com. I am Jason Phillips alongside Michael Conowitz, bringing you all the action here at Selland Arena. Folks, don't forget, we do have 4 more games coming to you live here from Selland Arena, including the Division I matchups that will be coming up, boys and girls, which will be sure to be a great matchups. And Exeter starts with control of the possession. Here's a deep 3. Jordan Bain. Oh, that would have brought down the house. No good. Caleb Harden, though, working on the glass, doing work, Mr. Caleb Harden. And it's a 3-point game.
Harden coming up big in this second half.
You're right, we didn't call his name much in the first half. He has definitely come alive in the second half, along with junior Brandon Briones. So Briones and Harden has brought these Monarchs back into it. And the atmosphere getting ever so more lively now as this fourth quarter is underway. Arce, sideline, long 3. Good, Tyler Portanova. Send it.
And boy, did Coalinga ever need that.
Absolutely. Huge 3. Kind of stops this little Exeter run. Puts them back up 6. Down low to Caleb Harden. Contact, no whistle. He wants a call. Not going to get it. Exeter now got to be careful. You can't have a lack of focus here. A bucket, and all of a sudden this is back up to 8 or maybe 9 points. Portanova mid-range jumper, and he hits just net. And here come the Monarchs.
And Coalinga needs to play good, clean defense now. They already have 5 fouls here and don't want to put Exeter on the line too early.
Tilly to Bain. Bain working on Mendez. They'll go down low to Harden. Double team now. Someone's got to be open somewhere. Tilly. Good job closing by the defense. Tilly puts up the jump shot and good.
Tough shot. Contested, falling away, but he made it count.
38-34. Back and forth. Here we go. 5:47 left in this one. Down inside, down low. Portanova out to Ars. Thought about it. Back over to Melendez. Back out to Ars. Delano wants it down low. Here comes the help defense. Garver is going to get caught with a hold. Boy, a lot of boos from the Monarch friends, family, and students. They thought it was clean, but the refs are going to get Garver with a hold. And that's just the third foul, though, for Exeter. They still got a few more to go. Briones, after a brief rest, checks back in. Here's Delano. Jump shot in and out. Tough break. Bain pulls it back out. Briones will drive. And he'll go and swatted. Tyler Portanova is not going to let that go in his house. And it goes off him. So it'll stay Exeter ball, but well played by Portanova. Inside to Hardin. Hardin working. Back out to Tilly. Good decision. Briones and Federico Gayton was holding Briones just a little bit, and that is now the sixth foul on Coalinga. One more, and they are in the bonus. We got 5 minutes left.
16 foul.
Hardin thought about it, didn't want to do it. Now Hardin setting up inside against Delano. Good position. Monarchs can't find him.
No reason to rush here. Things seem to be going Exeter's way.
Exeter looking much better offensively in this second half. Much better ball movement. Tilly, and we're going to get a travel. Turnover, just as I say that, right on cue. Monarchs turn it over, back to Coalinga.
Number 3, R.J. Yamara. Number 4, Anthony Zanaray. Back in action for the Horned Toads.
Tyler Portanova and Santi Melendez will sit down. R.J. Yamara and Anthony Zanaray will check back in. And if you're Anthony Zanaray, this is your time. If you're the Horned Toads. And here's Troy Ars. Loose ball, but he's going to get pushed, the referee says. And Exeter will take it out of bounds.
Number 23, that's his first foul for Jordan Bain. Number 4, Anthony Coelho.
Just the fourth team foul for Exeter.
Replacing Jordan Bain.
Coalinga stands at 6. Troy Ars to inbound the ball. He's got Delano right there, and we're going to have a push on Delano, which is actually the 7th team foul. But player control foul, so it is not a 1-and-1 try. Exeter can cut this lead to 1 possession with a bucket. 4:05 remaining. 13 on the shot clock. Briones out to Tilly. Tilly drives, passes inside to Hardin. Hardin nearly lost it. Oh, shot no good off the rim. And Ars and the Horned Toads come away with it. Under 4 minutes to go.
Good job there.
Oh, dangerous pass by Zadaray. Briones quick to the ground. Can't get it. And we're going to have a 10-second call. Hold on, referees want to talk it over. If there was a change of possession, it recounts, resets. And that's what we're going to get.
Timeout, Coalinga. Timeout at 3:44.
I believe it's going to be Exeter ball. Timeout, Coalinga. So tough break there. I didn't see really possession change. I still thought it maintained, Exeter possession. Therefore, the 10-second count is in effect. They never did cross half court.
Yeah, it was close. I thought there might have been possession, but a close call, and the officials convened and made that decision. But Coalinga really needs some offense here as Exeter just seems to be on the verge of just taking the lead and maybe running away with it even.
Absolutely. Exeter has looked like the team that wants it more here in the second half. Coalinga, they need to get back to what was working for them in the first half, but a lot of what was working for Coalinga in the first half was just the inept offense of Exeter. So we're going to see what we're going to have in store in this final 3 minutes, 45 seconds. As it will be Coalinga ball. Troy Arce will throw it in with 25 on the shot clock. He gets it across half court. Pull-up jumper, Zadare off the front rim, no good. Tapped by Zadare, goes to Briones. Briones, and here we go. Exeter's got numbers, good pass. Adam Coho, the pass to Garver, who puts it in. Nice fast break, 2-point ball game.
Coho and Garver coming up big here down the stretch of the championship game.
And Briones a little aggressive. He'll get called for the hole. That is now the 5th foul on Exeter. And all of a sudden, that 16-point lead Coalinga once enjoyed has been erased, wiped away. We have ourselves a nail-biter, and Coalinga, now the pressure on them from blowing that huge lead that they once had. 3:17 left in the game. And Briones, aggressiveness, hustling. And Arce the three, man in his face, banks it home! He banked it in, Michael. The bank's open on Saturdays. And here's Caleb Harden. Misses the bucket. I can't believe it. How did that not go down? Huge miss. Ibarra gives it to Arce. Stolen by the Monarchs, but we're going to get a foul whistle. Oh, another late whistle. And Michael, that same referee, he's been late a few times on those whistles. And they're actually going to go against Coalinga, so it will be Monarch ball and a 1-and-1 situation. That becomes ever so key to put Exeter on the line without even attempting a shot.
I'm still reeling from that bank shot three. I don't know if he called it, but you know, those shots sometimes fall your way in big games.
Adam Coho was in Arce's face. I mean, Arce had to rainbow that over his arm. Banks it in, and hey, sometimes it almost helps to be luckier than good. But that is going to be a huge shot in this game. As Garver makes both, and it stands a 3-point game. So that makes three. Right now, the difference in this game.
Garver coming up so big, leading all scorers right now with 15 points. If it weren't for him, Exeter would never have had a chance of cutting this lead down to 2 and now back to 3.
Folks, if you've joined us late, it was a back-and-forth first quarter. Coalinga took control in the second period, opened up a 16-point advantage until Exeter came roaring back to get this to where we stand now. And Michael, we've got ourselves a nail-biter with the only difference in the game being that tremendous bank three that just went down, and that is the Coalinga 3-point lead we have now. What a ball game.
And we'll continue to have live coverage of basketball from around the country this March as we hit the section championships this weekend and then the state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us all March long for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
All right, here we go. 2:42 left in this one. 3-point lead by Coalinga. Tight ball pressure by the Monarchs. And Zadare, and we're going to get a push from behind. This will go against Coho. Very aggressive, and that'll be the 6th team foul on Exeter. One more, And that'll put them in the bonus.
For Aaron Guilo, and she's first.
I think Zatare thought he was in the bonus. He went to the free throw line. Not just yet. Delano back out to Ars. Briones all over Ars. Zatare, and into the corner goes Ibarra. Back out to Zatare, and oh no, save. That'll be over and back.
Backcourt violation.
And a huge, huge turnover. Just a bad pass by R.J. Ibarra. And now Exeter can cut this down to one or tie. And there's a pass. Colho off the glass. That play worked earlier in the game. It works again. Colho has been money down there in the paint. And Briones, once again, another good pass. We have a 1-point ball game. Zatare will drive. The answer off the glass, no good. Just a bit strong. Here comes Colho out of the pack. Lightning quick. And a charge. Unbelievable. Troy Ars took the charge. Set up shop. Personally, I think he was a little bit late getting there, maybe leaning. But the ref says, nope, we got a charge.
Yeah, it was a bang-bang play. I think you may have been right, but got a credit there for the good charge.
Easy for us to say up here, but you're right. Bang-bang calls, never easy. And we're going to have a foul on Coalinga. And that's going to give the ball back to Exeter. How big is that? 2 terrible possessions in a row by Coalinga at the worst time in the game. And now Exeter has a chance for the lead, Michael. Who would have thought that 45 minutes ago when Exeter was down 16 points? A lot of people in this gym had all been written them off. We've seen plenty of blowouts these last couple days. Thought we were in line for another one. We just witnessed a blowout in the girls' game. But credit to the Monarchs to fight back and possibly take the lead here.
41-40, a minute 51. You got the number 2 seed against the Darling here, the lowest seed in the tournament, in number 8 Coalinga, holding on, clinging on to that 1-point lead. And Exeter seems to have the momentum right now. Can Coalinga make enough plays to hold on and make the upset here in Fresno?
And I'm glad you touched on that, Michael. You're right. Exeter has had the momentum in this second half, and it seems like Coalinga is clinging on. I mean, hanging on for dear life, trying to do whatever they can to maintain this lead. Meanwhile, Exeter will have the ball. And I'd like to see Brandon Briones maybe have the offense go through him. He's made good decisions throughout the second half, or even Caleb Harden. And it'll be Garva. Both teams in the bonus. Any foul, it will be on the line.
And Coalinga could have put Exeter on the line a lot earlier in this fourth quarter. A good job cleaning up their defensive play.
A minute 35. 18 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time. Harden up top, over to Garver. Now 10 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Garver, the shot, rolls around, and it's good. Exeter has now pulled ahead. That ball hit every part of the rim and went down. And here's Zatare. Double teamed by Briones, and jump ball. But possession arrow will stay here to Coalinga. Great job by Brandon Briones. He's been doing that all day. The help defense when the offensive player picks up his dribble. And Caleb Harden, get out of here, and another whistle. Okay, that was not on the shot. Clean block by Caleb Harden. And a foul on Coalinga after the block. Boy, Zatare thought he might be able to sneak one up there. Caleb Harden with a great block. And here's Eli Garver to extend this lead.
And Exeter with their first lead since the first quarter when it was 13-12. What a comeback.
Garver hits the free throw. And a 2-point lead for Exeter. Coalinga has let this slip away. They still have a minute 8. to get this done. Garver on the second. And it's good. 3-point lead. And here comes Arce. Splits the defense. He'll go down the lane. That was too easy. Troy Arce had a quick timeout by Coalinga with 59.8 left. Exeter a 1-point lead. Boy, Troy Arce, nice drive down the lane. You can't make it that easy if you're Exeter, but nice use of the left hand off the glass.
But Coalinga finally finding something. You're right, Jason. That was probably a little too easy for Coalinga. Maybe that's what they need in the last 59.8 to get some offense going and pull this lead right back and possibly upset Exeter for a section championship. But Exeter have been playing well this whole second half.
Absolutely. We have seen some great basketball in this arena these last couple days. Folks, if you were with us last night, you saw the nail-biter in the boys Division II final between Hanford West and Garces that I nearly lost my voice in. That was one for the ages. And now we've got a great one brewing here. And Coalinga, that was a huge bucket to get. And now to cut this to 1 point. And now if you're Hanford West, or excuse me, if you're Exeter, keep doing what you're doing. You've been looking really good lately offensively. Eli Garver has kind of been key around the paint and good for the Monarchs here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Garver has to have the basketball. Leads all scorers, 17 points on the game.
Here's Coho on the break. Arce does a nice job of getting back. Now Briones over to Coho. And back out to Briones. They didn't want to rush a quick shot. Everybody on their feet here at Selland Arena.
You do want to get a good possession, though. Only a 1-point game.
Briones picked up his dribble. Back out to Garver. 34 seconds. 9 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. 7, 6. Garver. Floater in the lane. That one won't go. Zatare the rebound. And now the Horned Toads can hold for the final shot. It's Arce. And we're going to get a hold, and that's going to put him on the free throw line. Brandon Briones, who's been playing great D all day. He has been aggressive at times. And that was crucial. He's going to put Arce on the line for possibly the go-ahead free throw.
Stepping to line, number 22, Troy Arce.
And Arce 3 of 4 at the line so far. Needs these ones.
Short. Long, no good. The 1-and-1. Now they have to foul. And the referees don't call the first couple fouls. They finally call it with 9.2. And Garver is going to go to the free throw line.
A lot of time coming off the clock before the foul was called. That hurts.
Boy, Troy Arce shooting at his own end, his own student section. And he goes just a bit long with the free throw. That can be huge. Will it be huge in the play out of this? Garver makes the first one.
Garver hasn't missed from the line.
Now this is the strategy, Michael. If Garver makes this and it's a 3-point game, if you're Exeter, do you foul and put him on the line for 2, or do you let him shoot the 3?
I think you have to foul. I really do.
Garver makes both. 3-point game. Arce, ball handler, 6 seconds. Arce to Zatare, the 3. No good. And it's over. Exeter has won it.
What a second half comeback for Exeter. Down 16 and fighting their way back that huge third quarter.
What a comeback. What a celebration we have at midcourt by the Exeter Monarchs. Their second title in school history. Their first in 54 years. And we've got an injured player down for Exeter. And I think it's Brandon Briones, number 3. which is tough. Oh, no, not Brandon Briones. I'm sorry. I see him over there. And a very tough moment when all your fellow teammates are celebrating, and he's underneath the basket off the rebound. I didn't get a chance to see what happened.
Well, I couldn't see who it was, but whoever it was did a good job of flying up there and preventing a putback. He really might have saved at least a putback for Exeter, and it looks like
it's Adam Colho, and he's going to walk off the arena straight to the training room. That does not look good. And he's not going to get to celebrate with his teammates as quick as he would like. That is absolutely unfortunate.
But you got to give it to Colho for giving up his body, preventing a putback, and securing the championship for Exeter.
Absolutely, he did just that. Exeter, what a comeback. Down 16, they absolutely owned this second half. And I think this Coalinga fan, student section, friends and family, they are stunned right now. They brought a good large following to this game. And they are stunned as they watch their teams and Coalinga hanging their heads. But nonetheless, a successful season, a great year for Coalinga. But it is your Exeter Monarchs as they put on their championship hats and shirts. And we're going to have a player of the game for you available on demand. Michael, who would you suggest out of these Exeter Monarchs?
I think you got to give it to Elijah Garver. Came up so big, 17 points, just all over the court, and really spurred that Exeter comeback.
He was big in the second half. Elijah Garver will be our player of the game. I will be down to go grab him and ask a few questions. That will be available on demand. Folks, stick around. We've still got 4 more great games to come. The action is by no means done here at Selland Arena. And for Michael Konowitz, I am Jason Phillips. What a game. What a morning we've had. Still to come, a lot more. Folks, stick around with us on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Oh, my.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.